What is the update on the underwear story?
I've got it back. I have my underwear. My lucky underwear, which I always use on race weekends. They, I had them in there somewhere. I don't know where it went, and I flew home. Called Matthias. Hey, I forgot my underwear, and he told me he had lost it. But then in Norway, he comes with new cleaned underwear for me.
They were with the washed towels.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So they were clean.
Midway through the season, how close are you now to each other?
Like in inches or in centimeters or?
However you wanna.
I think we have learned to know each other much more. We have traveled around Europe and now to Canada and done a lot of crazy activities. We have been doing flamingo to. I was hunting sheep by myself, but then we were drinking tea in England till fishing in Norway. And
What have you learned about Andreas?
I think I learned a bit about his private habits.
This is not good.
In the beginning, when you meet people, you know, I can be very aggressive and want to find out, or I knew him a bit before, but I found out that Andreas probably have 400 mothers and and probably 150 fathers. And
Also true.
I also know that he likes to sometimes work hard, play hard, and rest hard.
Very hard.
And he also he knows that I will take care of him when he's in the shit. He knows that I'm not going to leave him in the shit, but I think I will do it once so he will wake up. But so far I think I haven't done. But it feels more like the spoiled younger brother you have to care for. And his food habits are worse than I thought. And his snack habits are better than I thought. What I learned about him a bit is his fan club are also probably if you like him, you see his fan club, there are probably 1,000 of him, which is also super kind. So to see the investment in terms of time in a stressful moment, which I have never done really in 20 years, been too racing focused. Andreas, he's ready to give up any technical meeting or any strategy meeting. He has to spend extra time with the fans and get some goosebumps. So he gets his energy more from the fans, especially in Sweden and Norway, as I will try to squeeze the last bit from the setup and strategy or whatever. So to see his warm side when I'm ice cold, so I think that's also a good compliment that we have. And
But I've seen you join in just before the racing.
No, I have. Yeah. But the amount of time, I think it's 100 to 1. But on the technical side is 100 to 1. So I think we share a bit. But he's getting better on it, especially on test days. So he's starting to learn the racing driver car developing language.
Let's talk a little bit about highs and lows so far this season.
My goal before the season started was to, as quickly as possible, adapt into to a new team, new crew members, new teammate, as fast as possible. And I felt that it was a huge step coming from my previous car to the brand new Audi S1. And it took a while before I really felt 100% comfortable. And we didn't do any big major mistakes in the first couple of races. Everything went steady, controlled. Not too good, not too bad. We was up there fighting in the worst weather conditions we have had in the FIA World Rallycross Championship. In Barcelona we had crazy rain, crazy sun, crazy rain, and we got to Portugal, we have rain, sun, snow, and we scored still decent points. Now I feel that I'm getting more and more comfortable with everything. And
how about your highs and lows?
I think I've been on the high side for sure the very first race. Very short-lived victory. So the high and the low, I would say, is probably the same day. And in terms of pace, the first 6 races, I would say probably 4 out of 6. I would say, I think we did all right. But everybody knows rallycross that you need to be in the right spot and the right time. And take the right decisions and so on. Probably I didn't take all my best decisions in terms of this. Got some penalties, and just being fair enough. When you're a bit on the back foot and the ambition is really to win, you put all on the line, and you know there's the half meter, the meter difference that sometimes make the difference of succeeding and sometimes not. And I think that's where I would say the lows are, that I got more penalties in 6 races than I did in 4 years.
Can you accept that people are calling you a bit of a bad boy now?
Yeah, but it's pretty nice. I've been bad boy for many years of my life, and the one who really knows me, I don't really care much, because when you put the helmet on, I think you have to accept that it's a part of racing, that when you want to go for a win, sometimes you get a punch, sometimes you give one. But you know, it's nothing really that comes to me. When I was young, I would probably have some sleepless nights, but with age, you know that once you go in the car, helmet on, race mode on, rally across your sport, you have to take the chances you get if you want to win. For sure, you can go steady and collect all the points the smooth and steady way, but
Now, personally, as racing drivers in this championship, is it going in the right direction? Johan has won 5 out of 6 races. You know, is everything going in the right direction?
Yes, we are bored seeing him on the top of the step. Yes, we were hungry for victories. You know, we see that all the boys at EKS are pushing the limits. We are pushing the limits. We try to look underneath every stone there is, and believe me, we are fighting, and we are hungry for success as well. So I haven't won in a long time, and I do hope that this weekend is going to change.
Being honest, motorsport have always been unfair, if you want to call it. The one who has the best car stands the best chance of winning, and they have a very good car, very good drivers, so you can't really say they don't deserve it. But I think for the sport, what concerns me the most is not really them winning. It's the gap between, if you call it manufacturer teams, top 3, and then the privateers that have grown dramatically. Yeah. And this is something which is not good for the sport. And together with the starting order we have, this makes it very foreseeable how things turn out. And that, I think, is a real danger for the sport. And in WRC, as you know, there have been a lot of discussions how the road order should be, and with our case you have lottery for Q1, and then it's more like if you have a good lottery you can't stop Johan. If he goes and have a good lottery, he has a good start in Q1, and then it will be just a clean sweep, so no one will outpace him. And that's what I think is a problem of the championship, that the performance between the fastest team and the slowest have massively grown the last 2 years, and you can only say tough life, and it worries a bit for the future, because when the privateers say that's it, hasta mañana, can't fight for podiums or finals or wins or feel a part, I'm worried that they will pack their bags, and in the end that will hurt the sport.
We need to lift this up a little bit. Now, tell me, Andreas, what is this track like to drive?
This is a pretty cool track, like you said. It's really a lot of high speed. We have the highest speed on this track in the entire championship, close to 200 kilometers per hour. We have, like, for example, last year or 2 years ago, I was in line 5 out from the start, and always when it's tight into turn 1, there is always a lot of crashing, and it's possible to go from P5 to the lead. I did it 2 times. I think you got a puncture once a couple of years ago, but a lot of stuff can happen here in Canada. I do think the track is hard for overtake, so starts are crucial. Do the turn 1 the right way, and also I think, you know, it might look like a lot of tarmac, but I do think the gravel plays a big role, and when the ruts arrives, then it's a challenging track for the setup, and that can play a big part of the game.
I think turn 1 and the start and down to turn 1 is pretty exciting, because like Andreas said, sometimes, I mean, the guy on the inside is very often safe, but then from
the corner is much tighter from pole position, you know, so you need to brake a bit earlier, and then the whole field kind of try to squeeze in front of the guy in the pole position.
But not only thinking about the speed, but is it a little bit more scary when you're on a track with no sort of drive-off zones, or it's all just concrete walls everywhere?
I think that's a charm of any track, but like Riga or here or Buxtehude, we have some tracks where you drive in the tunnel between the walls. But I think
here you never see the exit or the apex in the corner.
But I think the trick here is like first corner when you're 5 abreast, you can't really cut the curb, because there are none. So you're just racing between the walls, and I think that has something, a bit of spice. So you feel that there's no room for error, which feels in a way a bit weird, but when you go down 200 km/h with the rallycross car, no downforce, and you go braking, the cars are feeling a bit light and loose, and then into turn 1, I think it's a special feeling, and I really hope we'll see new top speed records, what we have seen, because everybody have been tuning up their cars a lot, so I'm not surprised if we see speeds around 215, 220 this year.
Honest predictions, where are the two of you come Sunday afternoon?
I think we can both be on the podium. That's what we have been dreaming of, because then we will see the famous floss stands in...
I want to see that right now.
Should we comment if we should?
Yeah. No, I think both of us on the podium and doing the floss stands together.
Can we do it while spraying champagne?
That's a challenge.
That's a challenge.
I think, how will that look?
Like floss stands is a little bit old school, so we need to add in some factors here.
Yeah.
Like we spoke about earlier. So floss stands with the champagne spray. That should give this video 1,000 likes, at least. Challenge. Accepted? Yeah. All right.
No, but I think we have been on the podium a couple of times together. But then I give back my trophy, so we're still looking for the. We have been doing a lot of good pictures.